Guys, welcome back to another episode. Today, we're going to take a closer look at Nvidia. And the company just made an investment in this very small pharmaceutical company, which caused the stock price to jump nearly 100% today. The stock price has pulled back, but its stock is still up over 76% on the day. This is a company with a market cap of roughly $2.3 billion after this jump. So, on today's episode, I want to take a closer look at what this company does and also kind of just the type of solutions that Nvidia kind of provides for the healthcare market, and also kind of just share my thoughts if I would personally buy this company at the moment now that I know Nvidia is investing into it. So let's get started. So today we're going to start off with Recursion Pharmaceutical, ticker RXRX. As we can see, the stock is up roughly 75% today. At one point, it was up almost 100%. Company market cap of $2.3 billion. This is a pharmaceutical company, and in the past years, probably sitting at its near its 52-week high. But unfortunately, if we take a closer look at a longer time frame, from its 5-year max, the stock is still down roughly 70%. This stock peaked somewhere in 2021 at roughly $40 and now is sitting at roughly $12. So what was the main catalyst? And we see company Nvidia invested in this company. And I want to say the investment itself, the monetary, is not a lot. It's only $50 million compared to a company with a market cap of roughly $2.2 billion, $2.3 billion now. But I do believe it's just the optionality and the opportunity of partnership with Nvidia that comes with that investment. But first, let's learn a little bit more about Recursion. So Recursion is a clinical stage biotechnology company industrializing drug discovery by decoding biology. Recursion leverages sophisticated machine learning algorithm to distill from its dataset a collection of trillions of searchable relations across biology and chemistry unconstrained by human bias. Owning and operating one of the most powerful supercomputers in the world, Recursion is uniting technology, biology, and chemistry to advance the futures of medicine. So right now we can see that this is a company that's kind of focusing on creating medicines in some form of biotechnology information using the power of machine learning and artificial intelligence. And we can see that this company is investing very heavily in not only probably their chemical side and their chemistry side and their biology side and their biotech side, but they're also focusing a lot in technology. They did mention that they own one of the strongest, powerful supercomputers right now. So I think that's pretty interesting. The company has also made a few acquisitions. One that I believe has become really interesting is about a year ago, they purchased a company called Valence. And this is a company that will become the center for cutting edge applied artificial intelligence and machine learning research across the chemistry and biology. So we can see right off the bat what this company does and how it kind of fits in this whole AI, artificial intelligence, and machine learning frame. Well, today on July 12th, the company did announce a collaboration and I think this is the major win. It's not just the investment, but it's the collaboration and $50 million investment from Nvidia to accelerate groundbreaking foundation models in AI-enabled drug discovery. So they announced roughly a $50 million investment by Nvidia, which was executed as a private investment in the public equity, also known as a PIPE. And the Recursion also announced plans to accelerate developments of its AI foundation models for biology and chemistry, which in collaboration with Nvidia, it intends to optimize and distribute to biotechnology companies using Nvidia cloud services. The CEO of Recursion mentioned that with their powerful dataset and Nvidia's accelerated computing capabilities, they intend to create groundbreaking foundation models in biology and chemistry at a scale unlike anything that has ever been released in the biological space. They do mention that Recursion plans to utilize its vast proprietary biological and chemical data set, which exceeds 23 petabytes and 3 trillion searchable genes and compound relations, to accelerate the training of foundation models on NVIDIA's DGX Cloud for possible commercial license release on the BioNeMo, NVIDIA's cloud service for generative AI in drug discovery. For those that are not familiar, BioNeMo was announced earlier this year as a cloud server for generative AI in drug discovery, offering tools to quickly customize and deploy domain-specific, state-of-the-art biomolecular models at scale through cloud APIs. Recursion anticipates using this software to support its internal pipeline as well as its current and future partners.
I want to thank The Motley Fool for sponsoring this video, and check out fool.com/Jose for the 10 best stocks to buy now. With that link, you get a promotional offer for the subscription service. Now, let's continue with today's episode.
So I do believe right off the bat, the biggest thing here is the collaboration, right? This collaboration with Nvidia. The AI King is just enough to kind of get this stock price to jump up over 75%, 71% as I am recording. I do want to say this is a small cap company, right? So you got to be careful. I mean, this isn't a company I would go out there and purchase right now because at a big boatload, but maybe if I wanted to get my toes wet a little bit in maybe the biopharmaceutical market, and I know Nvidia's backing, maybe I would open like maybe a 0.5% in my portfolio just as an opportunity that this is growing with the AI giant. So those are my thoughts. But now let's kind of learn a little bit about Nvidia. And I do believe this is the great strength of Nvidia, right? They're known as the AI king, right, with their graphics cards. But they have all these solutions for all these various markets: the financial market, the healthcare market, the robotics market, the transportation, the energy market. And what if Nvidia in the future just continues to invest a little bit of money here and there in all these great startups and all these great companies, and eventually these investments become multi-billion-dollar companies that Nvidia can benefit? Here we can see in just the kind of just the biomedical side, Nvidia has BioNeMo, a service which is a cloud service for generative AI in drug discovery. So we can see, right? I think this is a perfect image of Nemo, right? Of BioNeMo. So BioNeMo, you can be a client using a web interface or API, and it can be used for numerous drug discovery applications like protein structure, biomolecule representation, biomolecule generation, molecular docking. And the great thing is it comes with a lot of open source models that you can use. Obviously, you can even train your own models using your own data sets, or you can even do a mixture of using open source models and your own trained models as well. And then you can use them accelerated computing through NVIDIA's DGX Cloud. So I think this is pretty interesting. NVIDIA also has a lot of other solutions here in the healthcare and life science. One of their biggest players is NVIDIA Clara, right? NVIDIA Clara is a suite of software and services that powers AI healthcare solutions. It's enabling this transformation through a variety of things. Like we saw BioNeMo, which is meant for drug discovery. Then they also have HoloScan, which is meant for medical devices, so to bring acceleration into medical devices. Then they have Parabricks, which is for genomics. And then they have Monia, which is for medical imaging. So we can see just right off the bat in the healthcare industry how Nvidia can accelerate and can even make small investments in all these small companies here and there. Like I mentioned, Recursion, ticker RXRX, is sitting at $2 billion. The stock price is up 75% after this investment. I mean, this is a company that's in very early stages. I feel like most biopharmaceutical companies are like this. They're like startups. You usually get them very early. Companies are usually pre-revenue. They're probably not burning cash. They probably have a nice amount of cash and no debt. And that's pretty much what we're seeing here, right? Cash flow from operations in trailing 12 months is negative $200 million, but they do have roughly $500 million in cash and short-term investments. So they do have a nice amount of cash and no debt to their name. If we take a closer look at revenue trailing 12 months, we can see this company is barely making any money, $46 million. This is pre-revenue to some extent company, and I do believe this is how it's going to stay. If one is ever going to invest into a company like RXRX, this is more of like throwing a dart and hoping it hits the target with the blindfold, or throwing a dart with the blindfold and hoping it will hit the target. The only thing that you would have backing you up in an investment like this is saying that, hey, look, Nvidia, a big player, is focusing on this company. They do believe that this investment gives some form of clarity, or at least some form of at least a thumbs up that's saying, hey, Recursion is going at least in the right direction right now with the way that they're focusing with these kind of biotechnology products, right? So I think it's pretty interesting. Like I mentioned earlier on, this is not a company I would ever invest a lot of money. Like I mentioned earlier today, the stock was up almost 100%. When I was recording this episode, the stock was up almost 75%. Now the stock is down to 63%. So again, this is not a company I would ever buy or make even 1% of my portfolio. But if maybe I was feeling a little bit risky and I say, hey, look, Nvidia follows this company. They made a small investment. Why can't I maybe make a 0.2, 0.3% investment and see where it goes? Something that won't destroy my portfolio if it goes down, but if it does go up, it's definitely one that can see multiple gains. Again, that's all up to every investor. Some might consider that gambling to some extent. The only thing that, like I mentioned, you have behind you is that you have Nvidia kind of showcasing and saying that, hey, I'm willing to invest a little bit of money. For them, $50 million is probably chump change for them, right? This is a company making billions and billions of dollars in revenue and almost billions of dollars in cash flow from operations. So that millions of dollars is pocket change for them. I do believe what's very interesting is that collaboration. And I do believe we're going to start to hear more companies like this where NVIDIA is going to be investing in a little bit of money and collaborations in different markets. And I think that's what excites me a lot about this semiconductor giant. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's episode. Take care, have a good day, and see you next time.